Hello everyone, welcome to Easy Ganit. This is Sunil Sadana. And in this video, in the series of 200 must-do quant question for SNAP, I'll be taking questions from simple and compound interest. Very, very important topic. So this is the next topic that we will be covering after percentage and profit and loss. I'll be discussing 15 best questions of simple and compound interest that will help you in understanding not just the basic theory of simple and compound interest, but also it helps you in covering all concepts which are relevant for your exam. Now, let's have a look at it. Here's a question number one. It says that Mungeri Lal has two investment plans, A and B, to choose from. Plan A offers interest of 10% compounded annually, while Plan B offers simple interest of 12% per annum. In how many years is Plan B a better investment? Listen, guys. With the help of this question, I'll try to explain the complete theory of simple and compound interest. Now, most of the students, right, they do this mistake of cramming the formula of simple and compound interest. But it's not just about the formula, guys. We need to understand the basic concept. We need to understand the basic definition, what exactly is the meaning of simple interest, what exactly is the meaning of compound interest, and what is the difference between simple and compound interest, what exactly is the difference between simple and compound interest. This is what we have to do. And with this question, with the help of this question, I'll try to explain the complete concept, which we will be using in the next 15 questions in this video. Now, guys, let me first explain you what is simple interest. What is simple interest, guys, right? And what is compound interest? Let's first understand the basic definition of it. See, guys, let's say that if my principal is, let's say, 2,000 rupees and my rate of interest is 20%. I'm sure you must be aware of this basic terminology, right? This is very important for you. And let's say time is 3 years. Now, when I put this money on simple interest, a principal of 2,000 at 20% for 3 years at simple interest. Every year, simple interest says that every year I'll be getting 20% of this principal. 20% of 2,000 will be equal to 20% of 2,000 will be equal to 400. So the first year I'll be getting 400 rupees as interest. In the second year, also I'll be getting 400 rupees in interest. In the third year, also I'll be getting 400 rupees interest, right? But when it comes to compound interest, the compound interest says, in addition to the interest on the principal, you will be also getting the interest on interest. That means in the first year, you will be getting 20% of 2,000, but in the second year, I will be getting 400 rupees of, right? That is 20% of 2,000, but I will also be getting 20% of this interest, which will be equal to 80 rupees, right? So in the second year, I'll be getting 480 rupees. Now you see that my second year interest is 20% more than the first year interest. But in simple interest, I'm getting same value, that is 400. Now, when it comes to third year, I'll be getting 400 rupees. But in addition to that, I will also be getting 20% of this value as well as 20% of this value. Now, 20% of 400 is again 80 plus 20% of this interest will be 96. This will be the interest I'll be getting. 6, 9 into 8, 17, 576, which you can clearly see is 20% more than this, right? Right, guys. So I was getting 400 rupees as a compound interest in the first year. Then this interest get increased by 12%. That means it becomes 1.2 times of itself in the second year. Then this becomes 1.2 times in the third year, right? This is the basic concept you are supposed to know. That's a basic methodology of finding the simple and compound interest. And you will see that with the help of this logic, you will be able to understand everything. You'll be able to solve most of the questions of simple and compound interest with this help, right? For example, if you look at this question, you will not be able to solve this question with a formula. This is a question which can be solved only with the understanding of the definition, right? So if you know the definition of SI and CI, you can solve the question. Otherwise, it will not be possible for you. Now, let's start with this question number one. Mungeri Lal has two investment plan, A and B, to choose from. Plan A offers an interest of 10% compounded annually, while Plan B offers simple interest of 20% per annum. So guys, A is right, a plan where I'm offering the money at compound interest, and B is a plan where I'm offering the money at simple interest. I'm supposed to tell for how many years plan B is a better investment. That means for how many years in plan B I'll be getting more interest than A. So guys, see that if I talk about the first year, you see that this rate of interest on compound interest is 10%. This is 12%. When I talk about first year, I'll be getting 10% of my principal. But here I'll be getting 12% of my principal. So that means B is better, right? In the second year, I will be getting 10%, right, on the principal plus 10% of this value. So 10% of 10% is 1%. So in the second year, I'll be getting 11%. But here I'll be getting 12%. So in 2 years, my total compound interest is 21%, total compound simple interest is 24%, right? When it comes to third year, I'll be getting 10% of my principal plus the 2 years interest. You can see that till 2 years, the total compound interest is 21%, 10% here, 11% here. So in the third year, I'll be getting 10% of 2.21, which will be 2.1%, right? This is in the third year, I'll be getting 12.1%, right? Third year, right, I'll be getting here 12%. So in total 3 year, you can see that my compound interest is 33.1, and in my here I'm getting 36%, right? I'll be a bit slow with the calculation today, right? In this video, specifically in this video, I'm recording this session, in the night. Right now the time is 3 a.m. in the morning, so pardon me if I'm doing something wrong with the calculation part, guys. So guys, in the fourth year, I'll be getting 10%, right? Again on the principal, and 10% of the complete compound interest, which is 3.31. So in the third year, I'll be getting 13.31. Here I'll be getting 12%. So till 4 years, you see that till 4 years, I'll be getting 48% here, and till 4 years here, 13.31, right? Yes, that's correct. So this is 1, 3, 4. This is 46.41. So till 4, when 4 years have passed, right? On simple interest, I'm earning 48, but on compound interest, I'm earning 46.41. Now, when it comes to fifth year, guys, you see that? You see that I will be getting 10% plus 4% of this interest, right? 46.41 is my total interest till 4 years. So in the fifth year, I'll be getting 10% extra on this. 10% extra on this is 4.641. But here I'll be getting 12%. Now you see that if I do the addition in the 5 years, this is 60%. And this is my 14.641. So if I add 14.641, this value, you can see that is more than 60%, right? So from fifth years onward, see compound interest, the total return on the compound interest will now be better than the total interest, the total interest that you'll be earning in the simple interest, right? So till 4 year in these two schemes, plan B is better. So we are supposed to find out till how many years is plan B a better investment? Answer will be 4. B option will be the correct answer. The question, everybody? Moving ahead to the next question, right? Is a question number 2. It says a sum of money amounts to 92. Now, what we have learned with the help of the first question and the basic theory that I have just explained to you, we can do most of the questions of this video, right? Try to see this, right? We don't need any formulas, right? No cramming of formulas to answer the question. A sum of money amounts to 9,200 in 3 years and 12,000 in 7 years at simple rate of interest. So guys, I'm investing some money. Let's say that money is P. Now this money become 9,200, right? That is 9,200 in 3 years, right? And this money is becoming 12,000 in 7 years, right? Now this is amount. That means this include the principal plus interest of 3 years. And this include principal plus interest of 4 years, right? So guys, you see that when I'm moving from 3 years to 7 years, I'm adding actually 4 years. Now this is the amount at the end of 4 years. So you see that here in this period, in the years, in this 4 years period, I'm earning an interest of 2,800, right? So That means in 1 year, I will be earning an interest of 700. So in this 3 years, my interest will be 2100, right? So out of this 9200, which is a principal plus 3 years of interest, if I subtract 3 years interest, which is 2100, I'll get my answer, right? Which is 7100, right? It has to be D option, right? Right. I made this mistake while typing the options. It has to be 7100. This would be the correct answer, right? As I said, I'm recording the session at 3 a.m. in the morning. There will be some small calculation error that you might see in the PDF, right? But I have tried that that you will not find many mistakes, right? This is the one that I did in the option part, guys. Now let's look at the question number 3. A sum of money amounts to 5 times of itself in 8 years. In how many years will it get 3 times of itself at simple interest? This is the question of simple interest, guys, right? We'll do the similar question for compound interest also, right? See, guys, one thing you need to keep in mind is every year simple interest value remains same, right? In the first example, you can see that every year simple interest value remains same, right? Now, there's some amount of money that I have invested, right? It becomes 5 times of itself in 80 years. 5 times of itself means, that means I'm getting 400% interest. This money gets increased by 400%. That means my money in 80 years is getting increased by 400%. And because every year simple interest remains same, so can I say that in 1 year, the simple interest will be 400 upon 80, that is 5%. And the question asks me in how many years this will become 3 times of itself. If I want to make this money 3 times of itself, that means I want to earn an interest of 200%. Now, every year I'm getting 5%, an interest of 200 will be earned in 40 years, right? So therefore, the answer to the question is 40 years, guys, right? You could have done it like that. You could have done it directly also. No need to find out interest for 1 year. You see that 400% interest is getting earned in 80 years. So 200% interest will be earned in half the time. That is 40 years. Half of 80, that is 40, right? Question number 4. A sum of money amounts to 4 times of itself in 5 years at compounded rate of interest. In how many years will it become 64 times of itself? So guys, you have invested some amount of money. Now this time we are solving a question of compound interest, not of simple interest, right? This money becomes 4 times of itself. In how many years? In 5 years, right? At compounded rate of interest. You see that this value becomes 4 times. The funda of compound interest is very simple. That this is the amount at the end of 5 years. Now this, you see that, is the amount at the end of 5 years, right? This is our amount at the end of 5 years, at the end of 5 years, right? Now, this amount at the end of 5 years will act as a principal for the interest for the next 5 years, right? So in the 5 years, this money becomes 4 times of itself. Can I say that in next 5 years, this will again be multiplied by 4? That means it becomes 16 times of itself, right? Now, this is amount at the end of 10 years. This will again become 4 times of itself in the next 5 years again. So it will become 64 times of itself, right? So how many years it is taking totally? 5 plus 5 plus 5. Total, it will be 5 plus 5 plus 5. Total, it will take 15 years to become 64 times of itself, right? So this is how you can solve the question directly. Question number 5, everybody. A person distributes the money between his 2 sons, A and B, of age 17 and 19 years, respectively. So this person has 2 sons, A and B. A is 17 years old, B is 19 years old, right? Now, this person is investing the money at 6% rate of interest. This is also investing at 6% rate of interest at the age of 21, guys. When both of these 2 persons will become 21 years older, right? You see that this person will be earning the interest for 4 years, right? As well as this person will become 2 years older. Now, this person will be earning 6% interest for 4 years. That means this person will be earning 24% interest in total. This person, 6% for 2 years, will earn 12% interest in total. Now, you see that Many of you do the mistake of finding the ratio of 24 and 12 and mark the answer as 2:1. That's completely wrong. Why it is wrong? Because it's not written that the interest that both of these two people are earning is same. It's the amount of money that they have is same. So if I say that A amount, let's say that A is investing A rupees and 24% is the interest. So the amount at the end of the 4 years will be 1.24 times of A. It will get increased by 24%. So it will be 1.24 times of A. Similarly, for B, it will get increased by 12%. So it will become 1.12 times of itself, right? Now, both of these two amounts are same. That means 1.24A is same as 1.12 times of B. Can I say that A upon B will be 112 upon 124? That is 28 upon 31. Option would be C option. Everybody? Here we have the next question, question number 7. Okay, it should have been question number 6. All right. One more error. A sum of money, rupees 1800 invested at compound interest compounded annually amounts to 5,000 in 8 years. Find the compound interest if rupees 7,500 is invested for 4 years at simple rate of interest. So guys, I have this. You see that 1800 rupees is invested, right? At compound rate of interest. This amounts to 5,000 in 8 years, right? This is happening in 8 years, right? Right. Now you see that this, and I want to find out that if 7,500 is invested for 4 years, what will be the simple rate? What will be the interest? What will the compound interest earned if this money is invested for 4 years at same rate of interest? So first of all, you don't need to find out the rate of interest in case of compound interest, guys. You simply find out the multiplying factor for 8 years. You see that in 8 years, 1800 rupees is becoming 5,000. Now, you see that the multiplying factor here is my money is becoming 5,000 upon 1800 times of itself. Or you can say that my money in 8 years is becoming 25 by 9 times of itself. If my money in 8 years is becoming 25 by 9 times of itself, in 4 years, it will become square root of 25 by 9 times of itself. That is, it will become 5 by 3 times of itself. That means if I'm investing 7,500, in 4 years, it will become 5 by 3 times of itself, 25. This will cancel out 2,500, which is equal to 12,500, right? So a 7,500 rupees will become 12,500 rupees, which gives me an interest of 5,000, everybody, right? That is none of the above. Now, why I'm taking the square root? Many of you might be having this doubt. See this, guys. It's very simple. If I invest principal P, right, at a rate of 20%, let's say, and time is given to me as 4 years. You see that this principal at the end of 1 year will become 1.2 times of itself, right? And then at the end of 2 years, it will become 1.2 square. If it become, and if I look at the end of 3 years, it will become 1.2 cube. And at the end of 4 years, it will become P into 1.2 power 4 times of itself. You see that this is the multiplying factor for 4 years. Now, if I want this 4-year multiplying factor is P into 1.2 power 4, and you see that 2 years multiplying factor is P into 1.2 whole square. You see that the multiplying factor for 2 years is exactly square root of this. If I take a square root of 1.2 raised to power 4, I'll get 1.2 square, right? And you see that for 3 years multiplying factor is 1.2 whole cube, but 1 year multiplying factor is 1.2. So if I take the cube root of, if I take a cube root of 1.2 whole cube, I'll get the multiplying factor is 1/2. So it's very simple, guys, if you know the basics of compound interest, right? If for n years, right, if for nth years, right, the multiplying factor, whatever is a multiplying factor, right, if I want to, let's say x is a multiplying factor, right, then in that case, for 1 year, if I want to find out a multiplying factor for 1 year, I need to take nth root of that multiplying factor. It's very logical and conceptual. In case of compound interest, this helps us a lot in many questions, guys. Moving on to the question number 8. 3,200 invested at compounded rate of interest. You see that now? With the same logic here, this money in 5 years is becoming 24300. Simply find out the multiplying factor for 5 years. The multiplying factor for 5 years is 24300 divided by 3,200. That is 243 upon 32. Now this multiplying factor for 5 years will, if I have to find a multiplying factor for 1 year, it has to be fifth root of it. Why? Because I want 5 years to convert to 1 year, right? So this will be 243 upon 32. That is fifth root of 3 upon 2 raised to power 5. That means multiplying factor will become, for the first year, will become 3 by 2 times of itself, which is 50% rate of interest, right? Because if my money is becoming 3 by 2 times of itself in 1 year, right, that means I'm earning an interest of 1 by 2, which is, it is getting increased by 1 by 2, which is equivalent to 50%, everybody, right? D is the correct answer, guys. Question number 9. The difference between compound interest and simple interest accrued on an amount of 18,000 in 2 years was rupees 405. Find the rate of interest if it is same in the case of simple and compound interest. So guys, rate of interest in simple and compound interest is given to us as same, right? Principal is 18,000. How do you solve this question? See that this is simple interest. Let's say this is compound interest. We don't know rate of interest. Let's assume it to be R%. See that if I talk about the first year, I'll be getting simple interest as 180R. Compound interest will also be 180R. Now we know the definition, right? Second year, again, this will be 180R, but this will be 180R plus there will be an extra interest of R% on this value also. So R% of this would be 1.8R square. Now you see that difference between SI and CI here. You see that this part of SI and CI is exactly similar, right? The only difference is happening is because of this value. So can I say that 1.8R square is equal to 405 because that's given to me that the difference is 405. R square is 405 upon 180. 9 into 2, 9 into 4, 36, 4, 5, 0. That will cancel it on 225. So you see that R will be square root of 225, which will be equal to 15. So you'll get it. Rate of interest is 15%. 10. If the rate of interest in case of both compound and simple interest is 8.33%, find the ratio of the compound interest and simple interest on the first 2 years on the same principal. So principal is same for SI and CI. Rate of interest is also same. We just need to find out the ratio between compound interest and interest in the first 2 years. So guys, here the key point is the rate of interest is 8.33%, which I can assume it to be as 1 by 12. To make my calculation easy, guys, I'll assume the principal to be the multiple of 12 because I'm supposed to find out ratio of compound and simple interest for 2 years. I'll assume my principal to be equal to 12 square, which is equal to 144. Why 12 square? Because I know that if the rate of interest is 1 by 12, in the second year, compound interest principal need to be divided by square of 12. So instead, so to make my calculation part easy, I'll assume my principal to be 144. If my principal is 144, my rate of interest as given the question is 1 by 12. Can I say simple interest in the first year will be 12 rupees as well as in the second year it will again be 12 rupees and compound interest will be 12 rupees here, 12 rupees here plus 1 by 12 of 12 is 1 rupees. So simple interest for 2 years is 24, compound interest for 2 years is 25. So the ratio is 24-25. B option is the correct answer to the question. What is the difference if in the interest earned on a sum of rupees 5,000 over 1 year at 8% per annum, if capped at simple interest and if capped at semi-annual compounding? So guys, we have a principal of 5,000, right? It is given that we have a principal of 5,000. Rate of interest is 8%. Question says to find out the difference, right? If capped at simple interest and if capped at semi-annual compounding. So guys, if I keep it at simple interest for 1 year, I will be getting total 400 rupees interest. But if I am keeping it at compound interest, semi-annual. Now, semi-annual compounding means interest on interest will be counted after 6 month period. Now, in 1 year period, there will be two gaps, two periods of 6 months, right? So first 6 month period, in the first 6 month period, right, I will be getting an interest of 4% because 8% is per annum, right? This is the interest for 1 year, right? So per annum, so in 6 months, I'll be getting 4% interest, right? 4% interest means I will be getting 200 rupees of interest. Now, in the next 6 month period, right? In the next 6 month period, I'll be getting 4% on 5,000, that is 200. But in addition to that, I'll also be getting 4% of this. That's a compounded rate of interest, right? That is 8 rupees. So total, I'll be getting 408. So the difference you can see here is, here I'm earning 400, here I'm earning 408. So difference between these two interests is equal to 8. At a compound interest rate of 20%, the compound interest earned in the 20th year is 2160. What is the compound interest earned in the 17th year? So this is an amazing question, very, very important. Somebody who knows the concept, who knows the definition, can solve the question easily. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult. Rate of interest is 20%, right? In 20th year, my compound interest is 2160. What is, I'm supposed to find out the compound interest in the 17th year. You see that? You see that? The interest on the 17th year will be calculated on the amount at the end of 6th year. Can I say that? You need to understand this concept. Amount at the end of 17th year, at the end of 16th year, will be the principal for 17th year. That's a basic concept of compound interest, right? Because interest is compounded to the interest, right? So you also get interest on interest. So basically, a first year amount will act as a principal for second year amount will act as a principal for third year, and so on. So if I want to calculate the interest in the 17th year, I need to find out the amount at the end of 16th year, right? So guys, let's say the amount at the end of 16th year is A, right? This is my amount at the end of 16th year, right? Now this amount at a rate of 20% will become 6 by 5 at the end of 17 year. This will become 6 by 5 at the end of 18 year. This will become 6 by 5 at the end of 19 year. This is my amount at the end of 19 years. This is my amount at the end of 16 year. Now this value, this is my amount at the end of 19 year. My 20th year interest will be calculated on my will be calculated on the amount at the end of 19th year. So if this is an interest value, I will be, right, this will act as a principal for the 20th year interest. So can I say 1 by 5 of this will give me the interest of 2160? Now 6 into 6 into 6 is 216. This calculated on 10. So can you see that amount at the end of 16 year will be 5 into 5, 25, 25 into 5, 125 into 5, 6 to 5 multiplied by 10. So amount at the end of 10 year is 6250. So therefore, interest on the 17th year will be calculated on this amount. That means I need to find out 20% of this. That means 1 by 5 of this, which will be equal to 1250, right? So can I say that 1250 is the interest that I'll be earning in the 17th year. So amount of 16th year will act as a principal for the 17th year, everybody. Question number 13, a father left a will of rupees 35 lakh for his two daughters, aged 8.5 years and 16 years. So the total amount of money that father is leaving for the daughter is 35 lakh. One of the daughter is aged 8.5 years. Second one is aged 16 years. They get equal amount. Now, keep this in mind, they are getting the equal amount when each of them reach at the age of 21. Similar question that we have done, right? 21. You see that when this becomes of 21 year, she will be this girl, right? Which is the younger one. Let's say this is A, this is the girl B. This girl will be earning the interest for how many years? 12.5 years, right? This girl will be earning the interest for how many years? 5 years. Now, the original amount of 35 lakh has been instructed to be invested at 10% per annum. Now, this value, right? Now this girl will be earning 10% interest for 12.5. So in total, this girl will be earning 125%. This girl is earning 10% for 5 years. So this girl will be earning total 50%. So the principal of A, the girl A, will get increased by 125%. So it will amount to 2.25 times of itself. Principal of B will increase by 50%. So it will amount to 1.5, 50% increase mean it becomes now 150% of itself. That is 1.5. Both of these two values are same. Here, I'll get the ratio of A and B. So you get to know that A upon B will be 1.5 upon 2.25. Right? This is 110. That is 150 upon 225. 25 into 6, 25 into 9, 3 into 2, 3 into 3. 2:3 is the 2:3 is the ratio between A and B. So simply divide this whole 35 lakh in the ratio of 2:3. That is, younger one will be getting 14 lakh and the elder one will be getting 21 lakh. You're supposed to find out the elder one. Elder one will be getting 21 lakh. This would be the correct answer. The sum of money amount to rupees 4,500 in 5 years and to rupees 6,750 another 5 years. Find the principal. Okay. This has to be compound interest question. It should have been mentioned as a simple interest or compound interest question. By mistake, I forgot to mention it. So see that sum of money amounts to 4,500 in 5 years, right? In 5 years, this principal is becoming 4,500. And in another 5 years, this amounts to 6,750. We are supposed to find a principal. So we know that the multiplying factor for this 5 year as well as this 5 year will remain same. Multiplying factor in compound interest always remains same, right? Right, for a particular time period. This is also a multiplying factor for time, right? You see that this is also time gap of 5 years. This is also time gap of 5 years. See that in 5 years, my money is becoming this much time of itself, right? Which is 25 into 250, 25 into 7, 25, right? 25 into 1, 20, 18. This is 9 into 3, 9 into 2. The money is becoming 3 by 2 times of itself. So in this year also the money will become 3 by 2 times of itself, right? So can I say that 3 by 2 times of the principal is 4,500? So here the principal will be equal to 3,000. This is what we are supposed to find out. 3,000 will be the compound correct answer question. That's it, guys. So we have done with the 14th question. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel and you can cover your complete syllabus. 100% syllabus coverage is there on this YouTube channel for CAT and OMTs, right? Subscribe to the channel easy best way. Share it with all of your friends. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. So we are left with only TSD now, right? So only 2 topics of arithmetic are left, right? Before exam, which I'll be uploading by the end of the day. So TSD and time and work are the only 2 topics that we are left, and we'll complete this series, right? Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. See you in the next part. Thanks a lot.